Hi there, I'm Amanda Cromhote from Truth. Welcome to the Blind Loyalty Challenge. We interview world experts in loyalty blindly. We're hoping to create insight, spontaneity, and a lot of fun through the challenge. The challenge is about promoting the blind loyalty trust, and my book called Blind Loyalty, 101 Loyalty Concepts Radically Simplified. All profits from the book go towards the trust. We hope you enjoy the Blind Loyalty Challenge. So here we are again, another Blind Loyalty Challenge. This really is sometimes the very most exciting part of my day. And I'm very excited to have with us Erin Raese, who's the Global Senior Vice President of GTM and Strategy for Annex Cloud. You really don't need much introduction to the world of loyalty, a very well-known figure in the world of loyalty for a phenomenal brand. So Erin, it's just lovely to connect with you again.
Thank you so much for having me on, and I'm really excited.
Awesome, awesome. So are you up for the challenge?
Oh, I think so. I have to say I was a little nervous, so much so that I ate a bag of popcorn for breakfast this morning. Just through
That's
nervous
awesome.
eating.
Okay, well, a bag of popcorn will be full of energy, so let's give it a whirl. So that's cool. Okay, so Annex Cloud gets a couple of mentions in Blind Loyalty, and rightly so. One of them is in chapter 97, which is all around customer advocacy. In fact, I quote you personally in that chapter. So can you give me your favorite example or a good example of customer advocacy?
I love customer advocacy from when it's pure. Truth be told, at Annex Cloud, we do have a feature that is a true refer a friend type of technology. So we can incent people to go out and do it. But I believe in the more authentic kind of advocacy where people are just so fanatical about your brand that they're out there talking about it all the time. And I think to bring examples, and they're ones we always talk about because they're the ones that people are very passionate about. But it was Starbucks. People are always talking about their experience there, and some of it's just the overall experience, and some of it has to do with the loyalty initiative. We know that Sephora and Ulta are very much the same way. People are very fanatical about those programs and what they do. And then you also have your travel. Everybody has a travel program that they are just connected to. Those of us that are out there traveling a lot, there's nothing more important than getting on a plane first and having a place for your luggage, right? And then being able to talk about it.
Amazing. You mentioned Starbucks. So in chapter 100, we list the 100 favorite loyalty programs taken from the Let's Talk Loyalty show, that first question that is asked. And Starbucks is the number one most favorite by loyalty professionals. So not only must they be doing something right for customers, but also loyalty professionals are feeling the same. So great. Thank you. All right. So Annex Cloud gets another mention, which also I particularly like, around social loyalty. So chapter 62 is around social loyalty. There's not that many amazing examples, I don't believe, out in the world, but what would you say is a good example of social loyalty?
That's a great question, and I don't know if I can point to any one that is doing something, to your point, like really out of the box. I would say most of our clients, and frankly, most of the people that we talk to through the sales process are looking for other ways to engage with their customers. And so a lot of people, what they might do, actually one that is a client of ours is Morphe Cosmetics. And they do a lot with user-generated content. And so if you can post your picture, and then if you're posting it on social and hashtag Morphe Babe, you get points and you get value in the program. And so the program just allows a little bit extra fun, but they really are trying to recognize their customers and how much they enjoy their products and how they use the products to be able to share them on social and get other people engaged and interested in it. So we certainly see that, and we see more and more brands wanting to at least have customers connect with them in social. And again, it ties to advocacy too, right? So if you're posting things about a brand out there, recognizing the customer for doing that is important. And I think one of the things I soapbox, I'll go on a tangent here a little bit about in loyalty is the reward part. We all talk about a lot, whether it's discounts or rewards or gifts or what have you. But I think we tend to forget about the recognition part. And so I think adding that social strategy in is a nice way to be able to recognize people. Like, thank you for doing this. And thank you for talking about my brand.
Yeah, it's interesting. You obviously tied the two together, and they are so closely tied, social loyalty and advocacy. And definitely until that moment, I hadn't connected the dots myself, having quoted Annex Cloud a couple of times, and it was both of those chapters. So obviously it's something you as a business talk about a lot, because that's how I picked up on the quotes. So yeah, lovely to see them connected.
Well, and if I could add, I have a couple of quick stats for you if you'd like.
Yeah.
We find that customers who are interacting with your brand as well as transact, so doing that social component, things like that, they spend 250% more than the people that just transact. And then on the referral side, we also find that the person that is referred, so somebody that's referred to your brand as a new customer versus somebody that comes in off the street through your advertising or another channel, will spend upwards of 10 times more than the person that came in on their own.
Yeah, wow. Nice stats. Well, that leads to my last question, ironically, because my last question is around chapter 94, and it's all around the KPIs. It's actually probably the chapter I refer to the most. What would you say should be the most impactful KPI a brand must follow and measure?
That is a great question. I think on a day-to-day basis, having that engagement, I don't have one. I'll own up to that right now. I think making sure that customers are engaged is important. So watching that is probably not as traditional as what some other people probably say. There's the basics of higher basket and more frequency, depending, of course, the kind of company that you are. One thing that I'm soapboxing about right now is broader, and it's being able to, when you do loyalty right, and and loyalty is a part of everything that you do. So going back to like Ulta as an example, 94% of all of their transactions are loyalty transactions. So they know absolutely every customer that's coming into their store. They know what they've purchased. And to what that's able to do when you think about it beyond loyalty KPIs and you think about it as your business, now if you're talking to your shareholders, you can forecast better because you know the behavior of these people, right? If there's an area where you're seeing a dip or you're suspecting a dip is coming, you now have levers to pull to move people in and make those additional purchases because you know who they all are. So
Yeah.
that's where I really get passionate about. And the KPIs, I think more of us should be watching is what it's really doing for the overall business impact.
I love that. I love it. The breadth of that and the 94%. Wow, I didn't actually know it was as high as that. So thank you for sharing. And I also love the expression you're soapboxing. So you carry on standing on that soapbox. Okay, my last question that's not an official challenge question, but who would you like to tag for me to challenge next?
I'd like to tag Ellen Green from Bounteous. She leads their loyalty strategy practice.
Great. Well, I don't know, Ellen, so I look forward to the introduction. Thank you very much. Erin, thank you. I knew you'd be absolutely fabulous and you've exceeded all expectations. So thank you very,
It was
very much.
fun. It was a lot less stressful than I thought.
Was
Thank
it
you.
worth the bag of popcorn?
Yes, now I can go for a run, right?
You enjoy your run. Thanks, Erin. It's really great to chat to you again.
You too. Thank you so much.